the Browns beat the Titans? And also, what is Shedeur's stats going to be?
I got to say, this is a crucial, pivotal, make-or-break game in Cleveland for Shedeur Sanders. They opened as a 4.5-point favorite over Tennessee, which is now 1-11. It got bet down to 3.5, so the money is coming in hard on Cam Ward and the Titans. If Shedeur does struggle in this game, if he gets outplayed by the first overall pick in his draft, although obviously he fell ridiculously to the 5th round, a fellow rookie, but if he gets outplayed by Cam Ward, I'm not going to be surprised if Deshaun Watson, we're going to talk about him in just a moment, but I won't be surprised if Deshaun starts next week or if they go back to Dylan Gabriel and that's the end of Shedeur. So just as we saw these huge games, Dallas at Detroit, and now we got Joe Burrow at Josh Allen, like these make-or-break kind of games. This is for him individually, make it or break it.
I agree.
And I look at Cam Ward, and he's flown under the radar, but he's been pretty horrible. And again, his team is pretty horrible, and the coach got fired, and it's interim coaching staff. But the point was, Pro Football Focus ranks Cam Ward the worst quarterback in pro football. And by the way, Michael Penix is second worst, and Aaron Rodgers is ranked by Pro Football Focus the 3rd worst quarterback, but Cam is the 1st worst. So he's thrown 7 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He's lost 6 fumbles. He's been sacked 48 times, which leads the league. It's probably going to snow. There's probably going to be 10 to 20 mile an hour winds, which won't be like 50 mile an hour gusts of last Sunday in Cleveland. But look, this is just me. I'm hanging in with Shedeur. The Browns should win this game. They better win this game, and I believe they will win this game 17-10. And I got Shedeur going 15-25 in the snow for 205, 2 touchdowns. I'll give him 1 interception, but 205 yards and a 17-10 win. Rely on the defense, rely some on the running game, and survive and advance.
You think that's enough to keep his job?
I do.
Okay.
I think winning will keep his job.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't put on the rookie quarterback surrounded by a garbage team with a bad set of coaches, I don't put too much into that PFF ranking.
Okay.
Like, he got to have some help at some point. Now, we do see flashes of brilliance from Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Throws that he hits that a lot of players, a lot of quarterbacks in this league that have been starting for multiple years, we ain't ever seen a pass like that from. So I'm going to give him some credit. But I agree, the Browns should win this game, and I don't think Shedeur will have to do too much. I think they keep it like they normally keep it just because the Titans are so bad, right? Let the defense go out there and get 5-6 sacks because the Titans are giving up 4 a game. And you put it on your defense. Maybe they get a turnover. Maybe they score on defense. And have Shedeur go. Since it's snowing, I was hoping that they'd throw the ball more. I hope he was getting 25-plus passes just to see him, throw the ball. But it's likely that we won't. So let him throw for 20 times, 22 times, run the ball, and play just field possession game, right? The Titans are going to mess it up some way, somehow. Some way, somehow, they're going to mess it up. You put it on the backs of your defense. Let Judkins get the ball, run it. Man, keep it simple. KISS. Stupid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Do it like that. And then, if it goes complete to hell, and I know no way it's going to be complete to hell, but you have the elements to blame. It's snowing. What do you want from us?
Yeah.
It's snowing. Shedeur went out there. And I don't think they're going to let him throw the ball. And hopefully Jerry Jeudy bounces back and don't complain about this and that. But just go out there and catch the ball. Be a number 1 receiver. Help your young quarterback. Help your young quarterback in his progression. Don't be a hindrance. Be a help.
Well, it seems like they're kind of fighting.
Yeah, I see that, but that was unnecessary because we haven't seen that all year until Shedeur get in the game. Why you want to do all that now? And I know Jerry a little bit. I was out in Denver with him. Yeah. He's not that type of person, at least when I met him, he wasn't. So it was quite a bit surprising to see that, especially towards a young quarterback. But, I got him. Well, my original was 18 for 27 for 250 before I knew it was snowing.
Yeah, it's snowing.
So,
you played in that snow.
Yeah, that snow ain't nothing nice. It's wet. And it's not, Cleveland is a different type of snow. It's not like, your upper East Coast snow where it's heavy and thick and you can play through it. It's wet. It's slimy. The ground is mushy. So it's going to be slippery. It's going to be low scoring, 17-13, something like that. Browns.
All right. Go, Keith.
I think Shedeur going to have a nice little day. Just off the circumstances that you said, Skip. He got, you know what I'm saying? And I think the Titans offense, they're not playing the best right now. They going up against the Browns defense, who are playing pretty good right now. I think the defense gives Shedeur some short fields, allow him to throw a couple touchdowns. I got him throwing 2 touchdowns. I got his yards maybe like right up under 200, 190, right at 200. Very similar to what you guys, Skip. But I think all around, it's a high completion rate, and he take care of the ball, 0 turnovers, and he just showed that leadership again, and they win the game again. So that'll be 2 wins for him. But I think he's still going to need a dominant performance in the future. I know we finna get to the next part, but I think this game right here, it won't be dominant. You know what I'm saying? It'll be good numbers. It'll be enough to keep his job for the following week.
Do you think Shedeur is going to finally get some opportunity in the red zone? They keep doing the Wildcat. He hasn't really gotten.
I hope so.
You hope?
Yeah,
I mean, but it's snowing.
You see, once Stefanski get called out on it, everybody in the media talking about something, he changed it, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, what about?
So now everybody calling him out on this. Hopefully he changed this, man. Let him throw the ball a couple times.
They said Stefanski and Gabriel was at a fair together.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Stefanski and Gabriel?
They was kicking it at a fair.
Holiday
fair.
They got the same agent,
Yeah,
bro. I told y'all they locked in.
Man.
There was a comment on Twitter or something that went viral of Dylan Gabriel's fiance commented that the whole team wants Gabriel to play. That's what the fiance said. That fired up Twitter.
That's what girlfriends say.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you know everybody wants to
play.
Baby, you
Like,
know I'm the best.
Like, how would she know? You know what I'm saying? If he ain't tell her, how would she know? You feel me?
I'm just saying, we're over here thinking that the Shedeur has the locker room. We don't know. All I've seen is Jerry Jeudy yelling at Shedeur. Does Shedeur have the locker room? We don't know.
Yeah, I'll bet he does.
Okay.
I'll just bet he does.
I know he does.
He's got star power.
He's got the arena, yeah. I know that. But does he have the locker room?
Just being in the locker room for 8 seasons, I know who I would be behind.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, what girlfriends say. Yeah, it's in the eyes, man. It's in the eyes. I need a confident quarterback, man. I don't need nobody out there second guessing himself. Regardless of where you drafted, who brought you in, and what coach wants you on the field.
Yeah.
I know who I want to follow.
The fair is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
They are bobbing for apples together.
Were they holding hands at the fair too? Did he win him a prize?
What kind of fair? like it's like 10 degrees in Cleveland. Who's going out to a fair?
Hey, man.
They were sharing a funnel cake.
That's why they make them Canada Gooses and all that, Skip.
Yeah, I guess so.
On a scarf, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so.
Some days it's colder than others, though. It don't always be just brick in Cleveland.
I know. Yeah, I got it. One last thing on Shedeur from Coach Gruden the other day in his breakdown. That the one thing I want to see is more decisiveness, because Jay made a good point that there are these plays that a young quarterback just has to pull the trigger on, because you just see it as it breaks. And as Jay said, right now, bang. Right now, bang.
But
right
Shedeur doesn't have that right coaching.
But that's a young quarterback,
Thank you.
That's going to come with experience, game experience. Jay was right. Yeah, sometimes you just got to hit it. But, a young quarterback might might be a pick.
And Shedeur doesn't have the guidance to evolve and get that advice right now.
That is a fact.
He doesn't have the coaching. But I will, like you said, it's make or break right now for Shedeur, especially because they just opened the 21-day practice window for Deshaun Watson.
Yikes.
And he hasn't played since week 7 of last year with the Achilles rupture. So there are also some mock drafts going on online that are showing the Browns going to be selecting a quarterback in the draft. So it's looking like they're unsure about if Shedeur is going to be the future for the Browns.
Yeah.
So it is make or break. So, Keeb, what do you make of Deshaun Watson being able to practice and the mock drafts having the Browns taking a quarterback?
Well, I think if Deshaun, his whole damn contract is guaranteed. If he healthy, he got to practice. Simple as that. Like, I don't give a fuck who at quarterback. Deshaun, you ready to go? Then you get your ass to practice.
That's right.
That's just our game. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Even if we know you ain't gonna be here next year, hey, earn this money we're giving you this year. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just at practice. And then as far as Shedeur, he's been solid. He's been okay, right? He got to have that game, that dominant performance that say, I'm your starting quarterback of the future, man. He not going to get the least that a first-round draft pick could get. If you're a fifth-rounder and you're going to be the starter for next year, you got to show that promise, you know what I'm saying? And that's just point blank, period. He got to have that game where they're like, oh, man, how can we not at least have him in? You know what I'm saying? you got to give him. You got to have that stamp type of game. And is he gonna have it? I don't know if he's gonna have it or not. We'll see. Just time to tell. It should be this game right here. You know what I'm saying? Against the Titans at home. You know what I'm saying? You would think this would be a good game for him to have that game, but as far as the mock drafts, man, they had Shedeur going top 5 last year, and he went 5th round. So what the fuck do they know? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I would never worry about a mock draft ever again because of how the Shedeur thing played out.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, shit. You got Deshaun, you got to pay him through 26 anyway without, penalty. So I wouldn't be looking at no quarterback. You just took 2 quarterbacks last year, and if you're looking at them at bust, I don't trust your draft capabilities anyway. So you would look to give them help. Like I said, go get a receiver, go get a left tackle, something that helps your offense and helps your quarterbacks, right? I'll make Deshaun, if you're not sure in Shedeur, then make sure Deshaun Watson is starting all 26 and you got Shedeur as a backup. That way he can sit back and learn. And if that goes through, then, hey, you can draft a quarterback in 27. But next year, go get a left tackle and go get a number 1 receiver. Yeah. I like Tyson. I believe you asked me a little bit ago what receiver I was thinking of is Tyson from Arizona State.
Oh, yeah.
That boy cold. Mm-hmm. He cold. He going to make any team hands above what they were before. So, no, I think that's what you do in that situation. I don't be looking to get another quarterback. That you paying a quarterback all the money in the world guaranteed. You drafted 2 quarterbacks, you paying them, and then to go get another quarterback, that shit don't make no sense.
And look what Flacco could do when he had receivers at the Bengals versus what he did with the Browns.
Go get
it's
some
not
help,
all the
some
quarterback right now.
And some weapons. Go get a vest and a big gun. You'll be good.
That's a good point, Kinsey, about receivers. Okay, as much as I know for a fact that Jimmy Haslam is intrigued by Shedeur, remember, Jimmy Haslam bet his whole pride and future on Deshaun. He drove his Brinks truck all the way to Houston, Texas, and said, I'm negotiating against myself. I'm going to way overpay. I'm going to go way above market value for Deshaun Watson because I want a real quarterback. And once upon a time, I was the biggest Deshaun fan, dating back to his days at Clemson when he lost Alabama and then came back and beat Alabama in the championship game. There were times in Houston when Deshaun was that dude, man.
Wow.
Hey,
cold.
Seriously, cold. And then the off the field started, and it got ugly, and then it got uglier, and it kind of broke him. It sort of broke his spirit and his will when he got to Cleveland. And then he started getting hurt, and Cleveland's just a sorry franchise where it just happens to any quarterback.
Baker.
Well, how about Cody Kessler? You start. There've been this long line of Bakers there where no, you don't have your guy. Yeah. And it just blows up on you, and Deshaun blew up. But trust me, Jimmy Haslam's saying, I'm paying this guy ridiculous guaranteed money. I'm going to get some bang for my buck. Mm-hmm. And if Shedeur falls on his face, which I don't think is going to happen, but if he did this Sunday, I don't doubt that Jimmy Haslam would say, what the hell, man? Let's just throw Deshaun back out there and just see what's left because he's not too old. He's still right in the heart of his prime. Can he get it back? Can he sort of rebuild his psyche and his spirit and his ability to deliver accurate footballs? Because, man, he was deadly accurate for a long time. Yeah. So that's what's going on. But to Aqib's point about mock drafts, the point is, the takeaway is that the world just doesn't believe in Shedeur. Nobody's banking on Shedeur. They're already saying, Cleveland's going to draft a quarterback. Really? Well, that's why I'm really pulling for Shedeur this Sunday because he needs to have a game that's not where he throws for 400, but he just needs to look like the answer. What did Shedeur say in Las Vegas before that game? I'm who you've been looking for. Okay, we need to see that definitively this Sunday against Cam Ward. I'm who you're looking for, right? Yeah. Okay, because here's the other thing. Shedeur's just been up against it because a team took him that didn't want him, except for the owner intervened early in the 5th round and said, just take him. And the GM says, we don't want him. The head coach says, I don't have any use for him. Well, you're going to take him, and we'll see what happens. And then a lot of crap happened with Flacco and Pickett, and then Dylan Gabriel just looked like he's playing not to lose. And yet, think about this. All the hot young quarterbacks, think about their circumstance. Just real quick, look at Derek May. you know, he's MVP favorite right now.
Oh,
well, guess
Drake
who
May?
is? What's that?
Drake May.
Drake May. Like look who his coordinator. Josh McDaniels is really, really good at this. Ask Tom
And
Brady.
coach.
Yeah, and you got the head coach.
Yeah.
Look at your guy Bo Nix. Look who the coordinator is.
Brady.
It's Sean Payton. That's who's
Payton.
coordinating the offense, right?
Look at Caleb Williams right now. Now
Look,
that he has
look
Ben
at Caleb
Johnson.
Williams with Ben Johnson,
He-
right?
Get
Yeah.
the coach right.
Yeah, look at Jaden with Cliff Kingsbury, who's a real guy, right? And look at Jackson Dart. At least he got to start with Brian Daboll, who's very good at coaching that position, right? And putting him in a position to succeed as a rookie starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, and Shedeur's with Stefanski, who didn't want him, and I don't even know who Tommy Rees is. I mean, I know he played at Notre Dame and he was the coordinator at Notre Dame. But seriously, so remember, the circumstances aren't great for Shedeur.
ain't in his favor.
He's not getting it. He's got Jerry Jeudy in his face, you know, on the sideline, and that goes viral. So Shedeur's going to have to rise above all this and show the world, yes, I can play, because maybe he's not destined to be a Cleveland Brown. Maybe at some point he's going to wind up elsewhere.
See a world where he's traded?
Yeah. Well, I see a world where he goes to some place that actually wants him.
Maybe the Raider.
Right?
Raiders
Maybe.
either, but
Brady didn't want him.
I think in the best situation for who wants him, the owner.
Yeah.
The owner wants you, you stay with the owner. Because like you said, these
Exactly.
coaches and
That's what
GMs is, they so fickle, they in and out. You need the owner to go get you a real right head coach, a real right offensive coordinator, go get some weapons around you. Because what those other quarterbacks you just mentioned have is a run game, an offensive line, and a solid defense.
They do.
And a scheme.
scheme.
They have a scheme. And until you get all that, I mean, it's going to look pretty much similar to how it looked for any quarterback.
Well, Caleb was struggling so much last year until they beefed up the offensive line, and now
And
they're
Ben
going to win the
Johnson.
You know what I'm saying?
And Van Jones. Yeah. Well,
They toting that beam.
Wow.
Tote that beam, you help your quarterback.
It does.
it's make or break for Shedeur this weekend, so the arena's rooting for him. But now let's talk about a head-to-head with probably two of the best quarterbacks in the league. We've got